Welcome. Good evening. It's Monday night, so you already know what time it is. It's Beast of the East, and joining me to execute this show is my man Vinny Hardy. What's up, Vinny?
Man, I am good, Corey. I don't know if I'm froze or not. Can you hear
Nah,
me?
you're good. Yeah, we can hear you. You're
Cool,
loud and clear on my end.
cool.
Is that is that Kentucky baseball jersey you're rocking?
It is, man. My wife got
Look
this
at you. You got hooked up, man.
baseball.
There you go.
Had it for a few years, but it's still in good shape. Still, so I bring it out every now and then.
Dude, I gotta get on board, man. I gotta out. You're out swagging me here.
Hey man, you gotta mix it up.
Yeah,
The
man. You're
hoodies, the shirts, the jersey. You gotta have,
yeah. Okay, I got to get on my A game here. I
we
got to
on
start swagging up, man.
on video now. We got to get the background,
Got
get the
some. Oh yeah,
gear.
got my background working. Now I got to get I got my nice Target workout shirt. It's like the nice fit.
Yeah.
I gotta get some swagged out gear, just like you, man. I'm
Yeah.
jealous, but thank goodness Israel's not here tonight, or he'd out swag me too, probably. But he's doing his thing down at Waycross at Ware County. He is involved in spring practice down there. They're in the middle of it, so we wish him well. We will probably see him hopefully next week. I think they wrap things up next week, so we should see him back and better than ever. But he's moving on to a new opportunity with that. But he's still a member of the Beast of the East. But he's still there. But we are brought to you by Betonline.ag. Our partners at BetOnline, they continue to be the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. You can find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's future. We'll talk NBA too a little bit. And don't forget the MLB is back as well. Obviously we're picking the Braves, Vinny, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
but is there anybody else you think that can contend?
In the National League or overall?
Just overall. Yeah, just overall.
The Dodgers will more than likely be there. American League, I haven't really peeped at what's going on over there.
I've heard the White Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the White Sox
last year.
Yeah.
I think Seattle won 90 games last year and didn't make it. Like they were finished third in their division, even though they were pretty good. It wouldn't hurt my feelings to see them have a good season because I always kind of rooted for them.
Yeah.
But
I hear that. Yeah. There's a lot of good teams, honestly. But obviously the Dodgers, I think, the Braves. These could be a National League thing again. But anyway, you can go on BetOnline and bet on it. So it's your continued source for all your wagering needs, sports wagering needs. You have live betting, your favorite Vegas casino and poker games as well, if you're into that kind of thing. So it's super easy to get started. Head to the website today. Use your mobile device to join and use our promo code Bleav. That's BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline is where the game starts. Vinny, it's May 2nd. And we've still usually this is the slow part of the year. You have baseball that's just getting cranked up. The highlight of this time of year is the NFL draft, and it still is. But usually you're scrounging the barrel for topics. We got a lot of topics. NBA playoffs is hopping. The Braves got Ronald Acuna back. We're still dealing with a lot of the nuances of NIL. So we're going to, I don't know if this thing is going crazy or not. It seems like it is. But we're going to talk our way through it and see if this is just kind of normal stuff. So, but did you watch much of the draft?
I'm kind of casual with it. Every year I pop in for the first round, and I was on with Blake Ruffino for Are You Serious, LSU, and Yuva, who does South Carolina for Bleav. They got their boards and their best available and who's doing needs and all that. I never really go that hard on the draft. I just I'm casual with it. I see what the Cowboys do. I see where Kentucky guys go. See all the notable guys in the first round. So I don't dive in hard, but I did, peep out the first round, and then saw a lot of UK guys go the second day.
Mm-hmm.
Third round, where they really made a lot of noise on Friday.
Yeah, it was actually, but I was 5 defensive players in the first round. broke records, man.
Did y'all have Walker going first? Anybody?
Yeah, Walker. We had Walker go first. He was followed by Jordan Davis, who was then followed by Devontae Wyatt and Quay Walker, and then it finished up with Lewis Seen.
Anybody pick going first? Did that surprise even y'all? Or
I don't know. I think when you looked at it, you had Aiden Hutchinson sitting there, and a lot of people thought he was going to go number one overall. But I guess what it was the Jaguars just needed somebody bigger and more athletic, and Hutchinson didn't quite fit the bill for what they needed or wanted because they have that in Josh Allen.
Yeah, former Cat too.
Yeah, there you go. Get that Kentucky shout out.
since Detroit didn't get the first pick, which you kind of knew that Hutchinson was going there.
Yeah,
I might be the only one, but I was kind of glad that there was a little suspense to the first pick. For the past several years, you know who is going to be 3 or 4 days in advance.
Yeah,
and
there's no doubt.
reality when Goodell comes out there, the first pick, you're on the clock, blah, blah, blah. I like not knowing, because years ago, you never knew. You never knew.
And then all of a sudden they busted out because there's 3 or 4 guys that could go number one.
Yeah, and then everybody started leaking it, and you would know and all this stuff. So it was kind of a throwback to the first pick because nobody was really sure what Jacksonville was going to do, in part because they're Jacksonville and they're poorly ran. So you don't know what they don't even know what they're
freaking wild card, man. I mean, last year you're like, yeah, it's gonna be Trevor Lawrence, but other years you're just like, oh, you walk away going, okay, not sure I would have picked him first, but let's roll. If I'm Jackson,
but they did.
Yeah, so, I mean, you never know, man. Urban Meyer didn't even know who Aaron Donald was.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, he's like
99. He's
99 on the Rams. He's pretty good. What? Yeah, he's the best defensive tackle maybe ever.
Oh God.
He's maybe better than this guy. I don't know if you've heard of him, Warren Sapp.
You can't make that up, man.
God almighty. Yeah, so I mean, that was pretty much an obvious choice there, but obviously, if you just look behind me, you can tell I'm a fan of the Georgia Bulldogs, and I'm glad Trayvon Walker went first. I'm glad we had the record for most number one overalls, but I'm not sure I would have taken him number one overall because he played interior defensive tackle as a defensive end. So, you're not real sure what to do with him. I mean, maybe they know more than I do, but I don't think he's a 4 technique in the league. I think they want to stand him up as a linebacker in their scheme. The unknown of what they're going to do with him leads me to believe that it's a bigger unknown, but then again, his athleticism, they'll kind of just figure it out and he'll make plays. Yeah. But he's got to have a big sack number this year, I think, as a rookie to justify that number one overall pick. Aiden Hutchinson, he's got to put a little more weight on. But I think that was perfect for Detroit, for him to land at number 2. I don't think they could have sprinted fast enough to get to the podium to make that selection. Yeah. They were taking no calls. They got their hometown kid.
Yeah, in the old days when they had territorial picks. You're teams would be picking by region, in the 50s and 60s and stuff.
They got to sell tickets, man. The Lions needed that because they need something to market around, and now they have it.
And we've seen this before, and the Lions have done this before, but I don't know. They lost a ton of games by 7 points or less. Yeah. Baltimore had to kick a 66-yard field goal to beat them, so I don't know. Maybe the law averages flips for them.
They're not bad. Those guys play hard for Dan Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
They do. I don't know what it is about Dan Campbell because he's not your typical coach, head coach. You look at Sean McVay, then you look at Dan Campbell. They couldn't be more opposite, personality-wise, in the way they go about business. But Dan Campbell, former player. The guys love him. I don't know what it is about him. The more I hear him, the more I like him. I'm not going to convert into a Detroit Lions fan by any stretch of the imagination, but they're doing some right things. Now, I'm not saying they're going to go win the playoffs. I'm not saying, if you want to drop a comment and say, Corey, you're full of whatever. I'm not saying they're going to be a playoff team. I'm not saying they're going to be a Super Bowl team. They're going to be better. They might not be picking in the top 10 next year is really kind of their ceiling. But they've shown that they're going to commit to Jared Goff at least one more year.
Yeah. And
Would you commit to Jared Goff for a year? Do you think they should?
Quarterback class was kind of. I mean, I guess they didn't really feel they had a choice. I guess
you're not picking. Obviously Malik Willis is the third quarterback taken, and a lot of people had him in the late first round.
Mm-hmm.
He goes late third.
And that's another reason I just I'm kind of casual. I don't predict because everybody has all these predictions and it always gets blown up. And
I don't do mock drafts.
I just kind of see what happens as it happens.
Because my mock draft would look a lot like my March Madness bracket. Torn to freaking shreds.
A lot of St. Peter's in your mock draft.
I might as well write in this color because I'm going to be marking out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But, I thought Detroit did really well. They traded up and got Jameson Williams. They obviously want a more explosive offense, and I think they're going to get it there. I really like that pick. I like that Derek Stingley went to Houston. Sauce Gardner going to the Jets. That's going to be a good boost for the Jets. But then again, you put on that uniform and you just play worse because it's the Jets.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know what it is. It is the same color as kryptonite. Am I wrong?
That is true.
Yeah. But
so many holes to fill, and coaching staffs just get beaten down by the time they try.
Yeah.
However competent they are or not, I don't know. This guy here can do it. The guy from the 49ers, can he coach? I don't know.
Well, we're gonna find out. I mean, he's got some weapons now. They got Garrett Wilson. They've got Sauce Gardner. They traded back in. Got Jermaine Johnson to rush the passer. They got 3 first-round picks. Vinny, we're going to see. We're going to see. This is make or break for Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
He can get it done. He can get it done. This is the year to get it done, or at least compete. Now, again, they're like the Lions. Let's set the expectations realistically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to set them right. Just be in contention.
Yeah.
Right, be in contention. So.
And we didn't do it to y'all's level, but Wandale Robinson went 40 to the Giants.
That was a great pick by the Giants.
Yeah, Josh Pascal's Aiden Hutchinson's gonna get all the love, but Pascal's gonna come in there and work. I mean, his motor, he's a little bit undersized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is. But I really enjoyed watching Pascal at Kentucky. Mm-hmm. I'm glad he's gone. he's a thorn in our what.
Yeah. Luke Fortner went to Jacksonville, which he's a good solid O-lineman, versatile, played center, which really put his stock up this past year.
Yeah.
And so for the first time, it's like I said, it's not Georgia level stuff, but this was the first time 3 Kentucky players were drafted in the top 65 picks since 1966. So
Mark Stoops, man, like people need to stop sleeping on him. Mark Stoops, guys, he's a factor.
He is.
He's a factor.
Kennard slipped a lot. I think.
Why do you think that is?
A lot of people were saying he interviewed kind of bad, and he kind of like after he left UK, he was like, I can really say what I want to say, and I don't think he really. Get a contract first before you do that. And but he's in a good spot in Kansas City, even though he was projected more second round. He fell a long way.
But he'll get in that camp and he'll be just fine.
Yeah. Marquand McCall, I think, signed a free agent deal with the Panthers. Quandre Mosley went to my Cowboys as free agent. Justin Rigg went to the Bengals. And Yusuf Corker is going to the Giants with Wandale Robinson.
With Wandale, yeah.
A lot of cats.
Yeah, a lot of cats. A lot of cats going in the draft. If you're a Kentucky fan, you got to love it, man. Yeah. But how about our punter, Vinny, going in the 4th round? Like, you're loaded, and you're having a good year when your punter goes into the in the 4th round.
That's next level, man.
Like, it went before 2 of our offensive linemen.
Early on day 2, your punter. That's
Yeah, like the first half of Saturday, like the first third of the Saturday coverage, you get punter all in a row. Jake Cabarda is one of those guys. Goes to the Bucks, man. That's broken 11-year streak of the Bucks not picking any Georgia players. But are you? There's a myth going that the Packers really hate Aaron Rodgers. Now, they have a weird way of showing it because they gave him a max mega deal where they can't pay anybody else. Like they can't bring in any free agents because they can't afford it. They busted the cap on Aaron Rodgers. But I tell you what, they bolstered their defense and they got Quay Walker and Devontae Wyatt both in the first round. 2 phenomenal picks. I think Devontae Wyatt is very underrated as a defensive tackle. Very athletic. Excuse me. Very athletic as a 3 technique. Can get after the passer a little bit. He can clog things up in the middle there. So that was a great late first round pick there.
Yeah, I don't know. Something with him and LaFleur, I don't think they're ever gonna.
Well, I mean,
best buddies, and
Aaron Rodgers he's difficult. Let's just put it that way. He's difficult.
Yeah, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You thought you were gonna get Devontae Adams, and then he goes to Las Vegas.
He goes. Yeah, he signs to Vegas who just completely torpedoes the wide receiver market.
Yeah.
They passed up on a lot of. I mean, their big notable free agent signing was, drum roll please, Sammy Watkins. Yeah, Sammy Watkins. Yep. He's a couple of years past his prime. They were going after Jarvis Landry. That failed. He's still available, but he's not going to Green Bay. But they got this kid, Christian Watson, early in the second round. So we'll see. We'll see how he pans out. Yeah.
As a Cowboys fan, I just got sick and tired of having to deal with Dawgs twice a year out of Mississippi State.
Now you get Jordan Davis.
Place him with oh my god.
Oh, you get Nakobe Dean too. Dude. How do you feel about that? As a Cowboys fan, you get to see Nakobe Dean twice a year.
Hate the Eagles.
And you had to see him for 4 years as a Kentucky fan.
Yeah.
You're probably tired of those two.
Tired of it. I hate they made some smart moves in the fact
AJ Brown.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Can they get him the ball? We'll see, but
we'll see.
Yeah, but Jordan Davis to just learn and slide in there behind Fletcher Cox, that was like great, man.
Yeah. That dude's gonna be
him, but man,
he's gonna be a problem.
Oh man,
that's gonna be it. And he did a photo shoot in a number 1 jersey because he was first round pick. They should just lean into it and just give him the number 1.
Yes.
How about that? That'd be incredible.
And all y'all had y'all's rings on. Everybody.
Oh yeah.
Rings. So man, props. I can't blame you. With that sash that Davis had on, the red and black. Lump of material ever.
Yeah. It's just like designed into the suit. I mean, it was designed to look like a sash, but it was it was woven into the suit, man. It was, and then they just kept doing this all night.
Putting their rings up.
They were like, yeah.
And then Georgia ain't mad at you, man.
Nakobe Dean looked like he was Andre 3000 going to the Kentucky Derby.
This Saturday, by the way, and looking like bad weather again.
It's never good weather, is it?
It's a streak of just rainy, stormy. We're in a weather slump for the Derby, man. I don't know.
You go slosh in the mud and drink mint juleps.
Yeah, that's what the infield is, regardless of the weather. But it can be perfectly sunny and you still have a muddy, sloshy infield. But it'd be nice to have a just sunny day. It's been a while since we had some sun.
When is Bleav in Kentucky going to get Millionaires Row?
I need to work on that, man. Try to get some interaction. And
there you go. Yeah, get some. Maybe BetOnline will sponsor us into Millionaires Row. You hear that, BetOnline? You hear that? Yes, let's do it. Get it set up. Come on, Rayvon, let's go. Come on, Rayvon, get us in the box, man. Get us in the box, Rayvon. You got to.
HBIC might have some connections. You never know.
HBIC definitely has some
She's
connections.
a mover and a shaker.
She is definitely that, and I can't wait to extend this partnership. Maybe we can sign some lucrative deals, because Vinny, you and I were pioneers in the game.
Yes.
We were guinea pigs.
We sure were.
We did their test run, their first game chat.
The first people they were texting about,
Yeah.
in here before March Madness, and then everybody's in the chat and still going
Yeah.
on.
See, we started it with the national championship.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Do you know enough about the horses that are?
Not really. What was it? Epicenter, I heard, is the favorite, but
Yeah.
I don't, as far as in depth with it, not really.
Yeah.
Kind of. I think they'll do the draw tomorrow, and you got all the fun events going on in Louisville.
Have you ever been?
I've not been to a derby. I have not.
I need to go too. That's a bucket list item.
Been to Keeneland and stuff, but I got to get the derby scratched off.
I'm sure you've been to Keeneland a lot, right?
Keeneland's fun, man. Y'all should.
I need to.
Georgia in October. Y'all need to do the double.
I know we need to. We need to roll up there.
Because LSU, we played LSU last year for Keeneland, and every time LSU comes down for Keeneland, they take it over. They go out to Keeneland, come to the game. And
How far is Keeneland? How far is it away?
Oh, it's out in Versailles a little bit. It's just up the road a little piece.
Okay.
The stadium, and they would park people at the Lexington Legends baseball stadium, and we just take a little
shuttle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Going.
Now, I would also probably enjoy coming up just to a Kentucky game as a neutral observer, just to like get the hometown treatment.
Yeah.
Not get the road team treatment.
And you have fun
I'm sure I'd have fun.
Kroger Field and at Rupp. I need to get to Stanford Stadium. I do that. Get between the edges.
Yeah, it's a sight to see, but our fans are pretty tough.
That's what I hear. Y'all be
they're pretty rough with barky people. I mean, we have a moniker. Ain't nothing finer in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. Probably for a reason. For every 3 or 4 really cool, chill, nice fans, you're going to meet one complete prick. It's like a 4-to-1 ratio. So you just gotta luck out and not get the prick.
Gotcha.
I've heard some horror stories. I've seen some things. It's not good. But I guess every SEC school has their warts, I guess.
Yeah.
When you're this into it, it happens, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not that I'm proud of that, not that it's a badge of honor, but at least we're not Florida.
Very true.
At least we're not Florida. That's I'll take that. So yeah, Keeneland. But just wrapping up the draft, I thought, Georgia had 15 players selected. History was made. It's insane. We had a tight end drafted, like they were all drafted before the 7th round. Had a punter drafted in the 4th, had 2 offensive linemen go in the 5th, had a guy in the 6th, 5 first rounders, I think 9 in the top 3 rounds, something like that. It's just ridiculous.
What was the dude that won the Mackey Award? Didn't he go to Colorado State? What was his name? Jordan.
Oh God, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Somebody in the chat help me out.
Are y'all upset that Bowers didn't win it?
Actually, yes.
I mean,
Bowers had the best numbers. I mean, not that I'm biased.
Nothing against him. No disrespect to him. He's a good player.
But I mean,
I'm not even a Kentucky fan. I'm like, man, how did he beat out Bowers for the?
He didn't get it. Bowers didn't get it because Bowers is a freshman, and they didn't want to give it to a freshman. But they give the Heisman to a freshman.
They did. It just happened.
So I don't know.
And the old heads, I mean, Archie Griffith went two years in a row, so you can break character if you need to. There's no hard and fast rule that said this is unwritten stuff that they.
Don't get me started on the unwritten stuff.
The baseball player, nobody can be a unanimous first ballot Why
Yeah,
not?
screw
So,
that.
same thing with this. No freshman can win a Mackey.
Oh, yeah, get out of here with that,
Yeah,
man.
man. These
That's
little
dead.
media writer voter
Yeah.
traditions that come on, man.
Yeah. Trey McBride, this guy.
Yes,
He went 55th to the Cardinals.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
no disrespect. I know he was a good player, worked hard, had a great season, but
Yeah.
Bowers as a freshman
Yeah.
to do what he did in the conference. We just talked about how hard this conference is, and he
11
week in and week out. You know more about it than me. I saw enough of him.
He had a touchdown called back against y'all.
Yeah. And so he did it week in, week out. I mean,
Yeah.
did Tennessee.
He should have had 12.
Whoever y'all played, it didn't matter. So
He more than doubled Trey McBride's touchdown production.
Yes.
And they were equal in yards, I think. They were similar in yards. But
I'm a Kentucky fan, and I was upset when he won. Because
but
I'm for the SEC, except for Tennessee. I don't.
Bowers is going to have, if he stays healthy, he's going to have a long, prosperous career. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so before we put a bow on the NFL draft, a few notable guys from around the conference. Roger McCreary goes to the Titans out of Auburn. Obviously Wandale, that's a great fit there. John Mechie goes next to Bama. Pascal is rocking in Detroit. Phildarian Mathis from Bama to the Commanders. Alante Taylor to the Saints. He's from Tennessee. Pickens is going to be a good fit in Pittsburgh. I think that's a great organization for him to go to. Sam Williams, how do you feel about that one? Outside linebacker from Ole Miss going to the Cowboys.
I think work him in there and see what happens. I kind of like that. I'm glad they got him. Yeah. I'm glad they got an offensive lineman. The kid from Tulsa. I don't know how good he is,
but you needed that.
Some bodies over there.
You needed that.
O-line is getting old.
Yeah, they are. I think the best fit in this in day two. I honestly, and you're gonna say you'll probably roll your eyes and go, "Oh, it's biased." I mean, there's a lot of great fits, but one of the best fits of the second, third round is James Cook to Buffalo.
Oh yeah,
seeing him operate in that offense, it's like a perfect fit.
No.
I don't know how Pickens is going to fit in Pittsburgh because they no longer have Big Ben. They've got Chase Claypool. They've got a little bit of immaturity there, and nope, there's not really one guy. But you go to Buffalo and you've got a well-oiled machine. So Cook's just going to slide right on in.
That's and I can't even roll my eyes on that pick.
No.
We saw what they were they could have easily beaten Kansas City and advanced last year.
God, they were back and forth. That was a fun game.
So throw him out there. What do you think Pickett's going to do? He stays in the same city. Now it's the Steelers fans. He gets all that scrutiny. And how is that offense?
They love him there.
Yeah, but is he?
That's a good fit for him. I don't know. What's he going to do in December when it's driving snow and he's got those little hands? Is he really going to rock two gloves? Is that really going to be he's got the Burger King hands. You know the commercial?
Yeah.
He's got he's like, oh, my hands. So I gotta wear gloves. I don't know. I guess he'll be good. He'll push Trubisky. I don't know that he'll play year one. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. It truly is a mystery. But as far as being in a place that loves you already and you have a built-in fan base, perfect fit.
That's true.
But as far as whether he'll fit within that offense, I have no clue. No clue whatsoever. But in the last one, we'll talk about Matt Corral to the Panthers. I don't see a fit here because I don't think Matt Rule is going to be there next year.
Right.
I don't know. Whoever the next guy that takes over, I guess we'll see. I don't think Sam Darnold's going to be there next year either.
Right.
So do they go get a veteran? Do they groom Matt Corral for the next coach? Like I don't know. What do you do here? That's a tough one.
It's gonna be a Josh Rosen situation if you're not careful.
Well, no,
back.
because he went 94th overall. Like you go 94th, you don't really have expectations.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But as far as you can be on that route to shuffling coordinators and coaches, and that's how your whole career is going to be. Kind of like Jason Campbell playing for 13 different coordinators in 12 years.
Like you can do that stuff in basketball. You can do that stuff in baseball. You can play for 7 different managers in 7 years, but you cannot do that in football.
Yeah.
It's too hard of a game. You're setting that person up for failure by doing that.
Relearning all that
I don't like that.
Every year in the system, every year.
I don't like that at all.
How do you get comfortable? You can never get comfortable.
No, you can't.
You
can't get comfortable, and you can't you're always behind. Like you're always a rookie. Like you're gonna have like 7 straight rookie seasons,
and you're gonna be mixing in terminology from year 3 in year 5, and you're just. I think it was Jared Lorenzen used to talk about that. Passed away, but way too soon. But just how you would, in the heat of moment, I think he would even call plays in the huddle, and he revert back to, you know, the previous coach and previous this point.
And people probably look at him like he's crazy.
Yeah. It's just your muscle memory from what you had.
Yeah.
Then you're supposed to be switching over, and it's crazy.
I feel you. But the draft, it was boringly fun. Boringly fun. It's fun for nerds like me trying to figure out who I'm going to pick in my dynasty draft, 4th overall. And it was equally boring because there was no like mega stars.
So you're kind of in that middle. You in purgatory? What you gonna do?
I'm in purgatory, but it was fun for me because 15 Georgia players got picked.
Well, yeah.
So like that was basically a weekend-long recruiting pitch.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
For sure.
Yeah, for absolutely sure. But one of the other top stories that came out of this weekend, some NIL stuff happening. Now you keep seeing these stories like Barry Switzer is going to make sure the entire Oklahoma roster gets paid $50,000 each. You hear about all these deals. SMU is trolling people with the Trans A&M on their recruiting posters. That's pretty funny. But you hear about all these deals, right? But I was thinking about this, and I'm like, man, it's crazy. Like we got to get a lid on this thing, and like we've got to get this thing under control. It's going to get out of hand, and there's got to be some regulation. And then I start to think about it, and it's like when CNN was born, and we started. It was It was the start of the 24-hour news cycle, where you heard about everything. Nothing was new. The only thing that was new is we're hearing about it now. And in this case, the only thing that's new is we're hearing about it now, and it's not illegal anymore. But it's the same stuff. Now, this Pitt story, I don't know. There might be some foul play as far as tampering and talking to this player before he entered the portal and things like that. Now, there may be some things that played there, but honestly, and you may disagree, but I think this NIL stuff, when the novelty wears off a little bit, you're going to start to see this thing you're going to start to see the other side of it, where promises are made and broken. People get, boosters hold deals over players' heads for things and vice versa. Like you're going to see there's going to be some drama. There's going to be a little bit of soap opera to it. And that was to be expected, but it'll all even out at some point, right? It's got to.
Yeah. And, people kind of up in arms about it, but.
Oh, yeah, it's a hot button issue. Yeah.
The coaches been able to do it forever, and if they were fine, but why are they kind of getting upset now when
Yeah.
they do it all these years?
Yeah. I mean,
They
Lincoln Riley, we're looking at you.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
Bill Self talking about maybe you need
Bill
to
Self.
stay and tough it out. Well, if that's the case, you
Yeah.
still be at Tulsa, or you took advantage of the job offer from Kansas. Went to Illinois, you went to Kansas. Why? Better opportunity. But now these players, you need to stay and tough it out. Remy Martin helped you win a title. He played at Arizona State. He transferred to your school.
Yeah.
Quit talking about both sides of your
You
mouth.
got a point. Yeah. I mean, it's
both sides of your mouth, guys.
Yeah. I mean, what's good for the coaches now good for the players, and a lot of people are up in arms about that.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. I'll admit it was kind of weird to see now players in that same boat. You're gonna have to get used to it. Like I'm not used to like players jumping ship like free agency like that. It's weird.
And back in the I don't know whenever free agency first hit baseball,
Yeah.
You hear older guys talk about, back when I was a kid, I knew the Reds lineup 1 through 9 for 6 years in a row.
Yeah.
I knew the Dodgers lineup when they would come in to play the Reds because it was, everybody
The same guys.
But
then you had to get traded.
It was crazy, and now everybody's kind of
now you don't know the lineups from day to day. Who's getting traded tonight? I mean, who's getting called up? Who's getting sent down? Who we losing in the offseason?
I think it's kind of worn off. We're getting used to it. Pro level. I think, like you said, the same thing will happen in college.
And for transfer portal, you can't transfer if you don't have anywhere to go either. So it's not like it's going to be everyone's going to jump in the portal and it's going to turn to one big pool of players. Amarius Mims taught us that. He jumped in and said, "Nah, it ain't for me." He jumped right back out and said, "Yeah, I'm going to stay at Georgia. I'm cool." Hey, Kirby. Yeah, I said that thing about me going to the transfer portal. Yeah, I'm not doing that no more. Click. Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
I think you said it. You said, I think the novelty will wear off.
Yeah,
people will stop whining about it. Those who are up in arms that players kind of have a little more leverage, and because they had leverage before,
they need leverage. They need a little bit more leverage.
I bet the Jalen Rose in the 5, and he walks by the shop window and sees his jersey, and all the schools making money off of that, and he can't even buy a pizza. So I mean,
that's a little messed up
for years. So it's fun, and the school still don't even have to pay for it. It's not even like they're coming out any money. It's
no.
So what are they worried about it for? These ADs and coaches that are fussing.
Because now it's no longer. Here's why they're worried. Because this Jordan Addison from Pitt, like they have to recruit their roster year in and year out.
And
which, if you're a good coach, it's not a problem. You're backfilling to lose the few.
Your money, none. You still getting your money.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a little more work. But
you have to recruit your roster, which you should be doing anyway. It's called, I don't know, relationships.
Yeah, right. And all the coaches talk about that. Leader of men, build relationships. What do you appreciate most about it? Most coaches will always say it's relationships. Now, some mean it, and some, of course, don't.
Yeah. I mean, Mike White came in and recruited the roster. They all jumped in the portal, and half of them jumped back out because he recruited them. Novel concept.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. All right. Mic drop. Show's over. Yeah.
Right.
Great show. I mean,
you beat this team. You beat these guys twice last year. Now you're coming to coach them, and they still want to play for you. So, he beat them however many times they Florida beat Georgia every time. So everybody beat Georgia. So now I've come in and you beat them, and now you're joining them, and see who wants to stay with you.
Yeah, no. So Georgia basketball is doing some things now. But this Jordan Addison thing, like, have you read up on this? So, Pittsburgh All-American Jordan Addison. He won the Biletnikoff Award as the nation's top receiver. All right. He was supposed to be the top returning player in the entire college football for next season. Coming in as a junior, and now he wants to go to the portal. And because him jumping in the portal, it raised some eyebrows. Well, it came out that Lincoln Riley offered him an NIL deal at USC. So this was before he officially said he was going to be in the portal. He just said he was mulling it over. So I haven't heard that he's in the portal. I haven't heard that he's going to USC, but I think he's going to end up at USC. But Pat Narduzzi called several times, called Lincoln Riley to voice his displeasure. They're gonna pursue tampering charges. Is there a case there?
Maybe. I don't know if they can prove it. Maybe there's some text messages that went out before they should have, or some kind of timeline error.
In the new age of NIL, is it dirty? Or should you have to wait till he gets in a portal before you talk to
him? You probably should, but I don't know how they're going to control that.
No, you're not. I mean, good luck. But I still think it's dirty.
Yeah.
But
it's like the dude, who was
it? Everybody does it though, right?
The big fella from Michigan that was tweeting at Texas Tech's coach, the big center, about, I don't know if the Texas Tech guy was trying to keep a kid from coming to Michigan or something, but he just put him on blast and was tweeting out a big thread about same kind of, it's similar to Arduzzi saying Riley stuff was, out of bounds. This kid is saying the same thing. He's tweeting a coach. This dude is tweeting a coach, player tweeting a coach of another team, which was kind of like, whoa. So, that's gonna happen too, because some are gonna kind of stay within the rules, and some are just gonna be just reckless and whatever. So it's not uniformity there at all.
No, but
I'm still glad the players are getting paid, even though
as it continues to happen, players are now getting money. I mean, the transfer portal is going to be crazy anyway. But like I said, like everything else, it'll kind of, once the novelty wears off, it'll be kind of evened out, I guess. So I'm just glad they're getting paid. I hate it for Pitt. I hate it for Narduzzi, but you really can't, like, you're going to have that happen.
No.
If you're not one of the big boys, it's going to happen.
Right.
It's going to happen. Now it's up to the kid to have the integrity to say, I'm going to stay or I'm going to go, I think it falls into the kid's hands, which, I mean, you wave a whole bunch of money in front of a 20, 21-year-old. Not an easy thing to turn down, but maybe he can go back and say, hey, Pitt boosters.
Right.
What do you say?
Yeah.
What do you say? Yeah. So anyway, that's my NIL talk for the day. It's great talk. That's my TED talk. Thank you for coming. So baseball. Does Tony Vitello and the Tennessee Volunteers continue to be a WWE act where they're becoming like the biggest heel of the conference?
Yeah. But they're, I hate to give them credit, but they're backing it up. They're walking the walk.
They are indeed backing it up. But Vitello, he's in the news again. Not only is he chest bumping umpires, but he's throwing bats across the field. Did you see that? Saturday night?
Against Auburn?
Yeah, Auburn hit a walk-off. Dude bat flipped it. And Vitello walked out there, grabbed the bat, chucked it.
Just be content to be a number one in the country and winning pretty much every time.
Well, not only that, if you're going to dish it, you damn well better be able to take it.
Yeah.
Like if someone, if you're the number one team in the country and you get a walk off to beat them, there might be a little bit of a bat flip.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes with the territory.
You should be young enough not to be still caught up in all that. be
Yeah.
stoic. You know, that's the old generation of baseball.
Yeah, you don't have to be stoic, but
Don't show
like,
anybody up. Just the code. No, man.
oh God, unwritten rules.
Again, here we go.
Get off my lawn.
And it's baseball again. You wonder why it's not as popular as it used to be.
I know, right? It's friggin' nuts, man. It is friggin' nuts.
With the younger kids coming up.
Baseball needs a little swag, and Tennessee's got a little bit of swag. They need it.
They do.
It's going to happen. It's okay. There's going to be a bat flip or two.
They are gouging their fans too on these tickets too.
Oh my God, yeah, it's brutal, man.
Yeah, I mean they're charging more for that than football tickets. I mean I know they're number one and all, but it still should be reasonable to go. They're playing at Lexington this weekend.
Oh, y'all get the Vols, okay?
Yeah.
Do us all a favor and beat the Vols, will you?
Me too. If they had been in Knoxville, I probably would have thought about going, but they're charging out the roof. I was like, I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, I mean that's what you get.
And
That's like when the Red Sox come into town, everybody like jacks the prices up because you know what's going to happen.
But this is Tennessee home games. They're gouging their own fans.
I love it.
It's not like UK, which I mean,
I love it.
Tennessee is because I asked him to do it work because he usually goes to a lot of Tennessee Smokies games, which is man, they got a Smokies affiliate here, right over there in Sevierville.
Yeah,
said, you been going to any of these Vols? And he said, man, the prices are ridiculous. I said, what? He said, yeah, they're charging an arm and a leg to go see the Vols games, which I know they're good and all that, but I mean, maybe kind of help your fans out a little bit. They're going all in on just getting that money.
Yeah, they are.
And I just hope they flame out in the regional or if they get to the College World Series the first game. I hope they
will. I mean, they'll run out of gas.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it in basketball. They run out of gas.
Yeah.
They're just too emotional.
Yeah.
They're too hyped. They're going to run out of gas. They're going to get drained.
They're going to Omaha. Oh, they lost their first game to Cal State Fullerton 11-1.
Yeah. And they turn around in the losers bracket and get just curb stomped by Oregon State.
Yes. Speak it into existence, Corey. Speak it into existence.
I don't have to. It's just maybe fill in two different teams, but like that's how it's going to go for them if they keep this up. Like they need to have some they need to have a couple series where like you don't really hear about them.
Yeah.
Like they just need to have a couple series where it's just kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have a couple boring series to finish out the season to kind of get some rest. How's Kentucky doing?
Struggling.
Yeah.
Losing them. I don't know if it's been a while since they
pitching woes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, those suck. You start getting some injuries in your bullpen, especially in college baseball. It might be one of the hardest things to recruit.
Mm-hmm. They beat Florida yesterday to avoid a sweep, but right now their chances of even getting to the SEC tournament are kind of dicey, much less anything else. They gotta. Yeah. And playing Tennessee this weekend isn't on paper looking good to help those chances.
Yeah.
Think it can happen, but
yeah, Georgia's got to get on their horse, man. They let up their first walk-off home run. They lost a rubber match to LSU in Baton Rouge, which to be in a situation where you're playing a rubber match in LSU in Baton Rouge is an accomplishment of itself. But both these teams are pretty even when you look at it. But you get a weekend series at home finally. So, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? As it comes down, but just missed opportunities here. Bullpen collapses there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's just kind of the story of. I mean, whoever has the best bullpen coming down the stretch is usually the team that's going to, be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So
arms race for real, literal arms race.
Literal arms race. Yeah. So, what else? Like, I don't hear much from South Carolina. I don't hear much from You know, Florida, I think, is kind of bad, aren't they?
Uh,
They're kind of bad, right?
pull them up. Yeah. And well, they're 8-13 after taking 2 out of 3 from
Hey,
us. So they were
yeesh.
6-12. We're 7-14.
Yeah.
You guys are second. 7 games behind Tennessee, and
Hmm.
depending on what happens, they can lock up the East. But unless y'all sweep whoever y'all got in Kentucky sweeps Georgia, we'll try to play spoiler and give y'all a chance. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, Kentucky's 7-14 now.
Yeah,
20.
we get the Vandy boys, the unranked Vandy boys.
Yeah, yeah,
How about that?
yeah, that is
That's odd, right?
see,
It's the new logo.
Tim
It's the new.
Corbin is gonna go burn that thing because
He's gonna go bring back the other vote. Like if I'm him, if I was him, I would. Like the new logo sucks.
it is kind of 10-11
Yeah,
in the conference.
that's
Third
brutal.
place. Hmm.
That's brutal. But as we start to wrap, Vinny, did you hear? Did you hear about? I don't know if we talked. I'm pretty sure my ADD's blazing a little bit, so I don't know if we actually brought this up. But did you hear about Peyton Manning having a new scholarship at Georgia Tech in honor of Demaryius Thomas? Did we talk about that?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So to honor his friend, former teammate from the
yeah.
Broncos, they're going to have he's going to have a scholarship at Georgia Tech
Hmm.
to somebody from I think Lawrence County High School, something like that.
Wow.
So that's a really good thing. But
Yeah.
as we go, have you been watching the NBA?
A little bit missed it the past couple of days. I went back home to Kentucky over the weekend, so I didn't watch any Saturday. And then traveling back home yesterday, I missed a good Warriors Grizzlies game. I saw the final, and then I missed Philadelphia going into Boston.
Yeah,
Win game 1. I missed both of
yeah.
those.
It's pretty big. It was a tough loss for the Grizz too. A lot of people around here are talking about the Grizz,
Mm-hmm.
the little Grizzlies. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of fun. But
Mm-hmm.
it's starting to kind of heat up. The Suns are up on the Mavs right now. That's in game 1 of the Western semis.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat just might run away with this thing. They were winners 106-92 over Philly. You look at Miami and they just, God Almighty, they overwhelm you up
Yeah.
and down the court.
Mm-hmm.
Trae Young said he's never been guarded like that ever, and Jimmy Butler harassed him the entire. Like that wears you down. Just
Mm-hmm.
being guarded like that, not fouling, but just forcing you to go baseline to baseline
Can't breathe.
contested.
Mm-hmm.
Like that wears you out. That's why Nolan Richardson's teams were really good. They stressed you out.
Sure did.
They stressed you out. So I'm not saying I'm a Heat fan, but God Almighty, they're fun to watch. I can't. But of course, I mean, until the Bucks lose,
They have Middleton's out for them.
mm-hmm.
I think Giannis might have to just go Superman to get
which he
him.
probably will.
Yeah, he's done it
He
before.
probably will. So the Lakers, what are they? They're going to make a run. Oh wait, no, they're not in the playoffs. Oh yes,
I don't miss them at all.
LeBron is in the Maldives in his freaking speedo.
Filming another tonal commercial.
God, yeah, I don't miss the Lakers.
Don't miss
This
them.
has been a fun one, not having to hear about LeBron.
Yeah, they've won.
Got a little LeBron fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cancel me.
I have Lakers fatigue because they won, I think, 10 or 11 titles in my lifetime. So
Yeah.
they'll never do it again. And growing up, it was Lakers Celtics every year. I hated both of them. So they both got enough
Yeah.
to last them for the rest of their days.
Well, they always knocked out Dominique and the Hawks
Yes,
every year.
because
It's like first round. The Hawks
But
would get
look,
matched up.
Dominique never had any help. Look, you had Bird, McHale, Parrish,
Mm-hmm.
Ream, Magic Johnson, James Worthy. Even the Pistons had Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars. Everybody had at least a Batman and a Robin. Who was Dominique's second best player?
Spud Webb.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Tree Rollins.
See, he had no help ever.
Kevin Willis, like that lame
that's
attempt at getting him help.
I think Moses Malone was there, but he was on the downside of his career
Mm-hmm.
when he got him for a couple of years. Dominique never had a true Robin, his Batman, and then
They never
he
really.
out
I
his
mean,
Achilles, and then
Doc
you trade him
Rivers.
right, a bunch of decent,
role players.
no Hall of Famers, no, he didn't have a Scottie Pippen, he didn't have a, you know what I mean? You had to have somebody that's at least another Hall of Famer or close.
Because it's so for all you LeBron lovers out there, be like, well, Michael had Scottie. It's a team sport, guys. Like you have to have good players to win. Like you can't win by yourself.
And most of your NBA teams, you're gonna have a couple superstars or one superstar and another 1B, 1A.
And the Bulls drafted Pippen.
Yeah.
So it's not like they went out and signed him. They drafted him.
That's it.
And Michael pushed him to the brink of just delirium and craziness. So,
I mean, Stockton and Malone didn't win it, but they were two superstars that were.
Well, they were in it. They didn't win it, but they were in it a lot.
Sean Kemp and Gary Payton, they were there. You got to have a couple of dudes, not just one dude and a bunch of just, subpar guys. You can't.
That's why I'm surprised. That's why I'm surprised Giannis won it last year.
Yeah,
because like Middleton played like a dude, but he's not a dude.
Yeah,
he's just a role player. But he played out of his mind in the playoffs last year.
A good second fiddle. You gotta have a second fiddle some kind of way, and Dominique never had it.
No,
never.
Nick never had it. The Suns, I think if Chris Paul was like 5 years younger, they would have it.
Yeah.
He's just past it.
If Booker can stay healthy, because as the Rockets fan, with that year they had Golden State, they had them 3-2, and Chris Paul tears his hamstring.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Every year, every time
I remember that. Yeah.
I'm watching Phoenix. Like, is he gonna just fall apart? Is he gonna make it?
He just yep. One of the maddest I've ever been at the Hawks. When they traded Neek, I was a little kid, and when they had a chance to draft Chris Paul, and they drafted Marvin Williams instead. And Chris Paul went next.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin went 2, Paul went 3, and they needed a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
They cut their Tyronn Lue, their superstar Tyronn Lue. That was their star point guard, Tyronn Lue. Back when he had the dreads.
Yeah. The cornrows.
The cornrows.
Yeah, wow.
The long cornrows.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah. And his backup was Royale Ivy. Remember that? Remember him?
Oh, I do.
From Texas?
Yeah, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah. That's my guy right there, Royale Ivy. When I worked at Phillips Arena, every once in a while, when we would get down there a little early and set up our cameras, and every once in a while, like Neek would be out there shooting, or like one of the Hawks players would be out there shooting. There'd be a rack of balls, and nobody would say anything to us. We just shoot for like 15 minutes. Just shoot around. And Royal Ivy came out there one day, and him and I shot together.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So like every time I'd see him, like he would come and dap me up like during the layup lines. I felt cool. This was like 06, 07.
So Nick's like what, mid-40s, 50 years old, somewhere just out
there. He was something like that. Yeah, he was part of the broadcast team.
Yeah, man.
Him and Bob Rathbun.
Yeah, you remember Bob Rathbun?
Yeah, it's Hawks basketball here with Bob Rathbun. Join me is the human highlight reel, Dominique Wilkins.
Oh man. He ain't got to do Bob like that.
I love Bob, but he's a character, man.
Oh man!
Like I felt like if they made a NBA version of Major League, they would Bob Rathman would be the Harry Doyle.
And welcome to Hawks basketball, sort of.
Oh my goodness, that was too much.
Yeah,
Bob Rathman.
He played a euchre role.
yeah, he would. Euchre played that role so good that I don't want Euchre. I want Harry Doyle.
Yeah, dude, he's unbelievable.
Yeah,
and you get that every night on the Brewers broadcast, man. That dude, just him bringing it every time.
Oh, man. Dude is a legend. Love me some Bob Euchre.
Oh,
I wonder if he like tried out his material, like a slow Tuesday game against the Devil Rays back in 2004 when they were losing 150 games.
Yeah.
He was probably like trying some of that stuff, like just a bit outside, tried the corner and missed. Ball 4, ball 8, ball 12. Man, how could they lay off pitches so close? Stuff like that.
Good stuff, boy.
Yeah, man. Love me some Bob Euchre.
Man.
So
hanging out with Neek and Royal Ivy and Bob Rathburn.
Yeah. Those were the days, man.
My
Those
favorite
were the
player
days.
ever, Neek, man. You out there shooting jumpers with him.
He wasn't out there, but Royal Ivy was.
Oh, Roy, okay.
Yeah, Neek wasn't out there that one time. One day we set up and Neek was they were running a full court game. Like Neek had a crew out there. They were running a full court game.
Man.
Neek still had it too.
Hey, I don't know if you remember that used to be Spike TV, Pros versus Joes.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, one time it'd be Neek and a couple dudes playing 2-on-2, and then they'd be
just
football players, just former jocks, athletes, and these dudes off the couch. Oh man, I can beat him if I ever had a shot, and then you see that.
Yeah, and you just realize why. Yeah, they're freakish athletes.
Yes.
Yeah. God. Oh.
Yeah.
Watching that was a lot of fun. But Vinny, we're gonna stop right there. We're gonna end this thing for tonight. Man, it was a lot of fun for a slow show in May.
Yeah.
But Israel, when you come back, you got some big shoes to fill. But we are the Beast of these podcasts. We are coming at you on Y'all's Conference Network as well as the Bleav Network. So we are the video side on Y'all's Conference Network, the audio side on Bleav, kind of blended together. So it's been a fun show. We hope we appreciate you listening. Follow us on social media at Bleav in Kentucky, at Bleav in Dogs, at Coach Burton 36, at Vinny Hardy, as you see on the screen right there, at Troupestar 28. Follow him. He's not here, but follow him and tell him, hey Israel, we miss you. Come back. Yeah. I need to get swagged out. I need to start matching your swag here. I need to get a Georgia baseball jersey. That's the next thing I got to get. Yeah, there you go. That's
the rotation, man.
You're going to be like the big swagoo on our show.
Hey, man,
that's you, man.
Yeah, love some Spears.
There you go. Yeah, you got the setup behind you. You got the jersey. Man, you're rocking and rolling. So,
did you see him light up Orlovsky the other day?
I did. He always lights up him though. He always lights him up though.
Orlovsky tried to call him out about.
Yeah, I remember
the Hillman, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh God, he tore him up.
Oh yeah, he got after him. So, but subscribe, follow, check us out. We'll see you back here next week. Have a great week. Enjoy your Mother's Day, and we'll see you back here. Same time, same channel, hopefully with Israel. But for Vinny, I'm Corey. We are the Beast of these podcasts presented by Betonline.ag. Thank you and have a good night. Go Dogs.